Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are bringing you with another doc swap video. So, this time we're gonna include Gunther, my brother. If you don't know what doc swap is, you should probably either watch my last video, or if you're too lazy to, I can just explain it to you right here. So basically, doc swap is where everyone will start on a Google Doc, they'll start typing a short story for 10 minutes, and then it'll get passed to someone else, and they'll add on to the story for another 10 minutes, and then it'll be passed to someone, the next person, and then be added on to for 10 minutes until we have a completed story. But this time we have a little bit of a twist. See, this time we're gonna pick out our own genre on a random wheel spinner, and Clayton has 9 different genres: horror, action/thriller, historical fiction, fantasy, sci-fi, western, mystery/crime, dystopian, comedy, and superhero. And whichever one it lands on, that's our genre. So I really hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, I recommend you watch the first video because there's one story that I think you're gonna need the context on. But with that said, enjoy the video, guys. Oh, highly. I could go first. Clayton, if you want to, you can spin that wheel. Oh yeah, you did. Never mind.
I did.
Historical
Did it get to historical fiction?
Chill. Actually, I'm fine with that.
All right, Levi.
Oh wait, I forgot. I still have Levi muted. Hold on.
I always
No way. I need to unmute Levi.
No way.
I need to unmute Levi. Hold on. Ah. Okay. What did Levi? What did Levi get?
Hi.
Hi.
Got mysteries.
Oh, Levi's gonna
I
be
got
good
mystery,
with that.
you say?
Levi's gonna
Yes.
be good with that.
Anyway,
Okay. All right, Clayton. Let's see what
does
you
that on
get.
my preview.
Oh no, Clayton got sniped.
I'm so tired of getting all these stupid world building,
I mean, like sci-fi could just
world building ones.
make it about aliens, bro. Clayton can start the timer. Hold on. I need to kind of like do some quick brainstorming. Okay, I got one. I actually got one.
No, you don't get to do brainstorm.
Nah, I did like my very quick brainstorming.
We do in 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Gunther, what do you think? What are your thoughts on it?
10 minutes, the end.
Okay. Okay, 10 minutes it is, Clayton.
All right.
All right, let's
Start.
do this.
3, 2, 1, now.
Okay. And it was off to the races. I was writing my historical fiction, Levi was writing his mystery, and Clayton was writing his sci-fi. After the video ends, I want you guys to comment which story you thought was the best, because I'd like to see your guys' opinion on things.
Oh, that's a time. That's a wrap.
Dang, that went by a lot
Okay.
faster than I thought it would. Clayton, you're doing mine. I'm doing Levi's, and Levi's doing Clayton's. Dang, Levi. This is some very 210 font size. Oh my gosh. I say we shouldn't read ours out loud until the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, Clayton, this is like a continuation of Judah's story
Yeah.
from last time.
Spencer McChungus in the War of the Worlds.
Nice.
Okay, well, anyway, can we start now? Or can you anonymously? Wait, Clayton, can we start now?
Levi, yours is pretty
Starting-
fire so far.
Starting now.
So for those of you who are currently lost, so don't blame me, this gets a little complicated. I am now doing Gunther's story, Clayton is doing my story, and Levi's doing Clayton's story. So, yeah.
Time's up.
Okay.
Okay.
I made like 10 times more progress than I did with my first one.
Yeah, I made a pretty good amount of progress, I'd say. So, Levi,
Okay, so now I'm doing Judah's.
I'm doing Clayton's.
Clayton's doing mine.
Yeah.
Clayton! Oh my gosh. You're like the goat.
Alright, and the timer starts now.
Alright, so there's this giant plot hole that I accidentally made in the story. So these 2 characters die. But, I forgot that they died, so they actually just come up again, and, it's gonna cause a lot of commotion. So, yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that. It's gonna be kind of funny.
Alright. Final timer.
Alright,
Okay.
I literally just finished the last sentence whenever the timer went off.
Okay.
Alright.
mine is fire. I'm not even gonna lie. What I added was fire. Alright, time for me to read mine. Once upon a time, in the city of Fatlantis, back in the 1600s, people there would hold public sacrifices. But then there was someone named Bobbert who started protesting about public sacrifices were no good. people hated Bobbert, and they wanted him dead, but Bobbert just didn't know how bad it would become. One day, Bobbert was eating a peanut butter and pickle sandwich and found out that there was a bounty on his head in the newspaper. "What the Sigma?" said Bobbert in a fit of rage. But since that kind of slang wasn't meant to be invented until 400 years later, Bobbert got arrested by the police and sentenced to life in prison for saying something inappropriate at the time for eating a PB&P sandwich. Life didn't get much better for Bobbert. The police knew that sacrificing him would take the fun out of a sentence, so they instead brought a crowd of people in for humiliation. Bobbert felt very humiliated, but he escaped by writing letters to his crush, Vivian. He told her about his feelings for her, but all he got in return was "Eat pie, you piece of dung." You see, Bobbert hated pie, so that's why Vivian was so mean to him.
That's the only reason.
One day, a guard came in and handed him a PB&P sandwich. "Holy guacamole, is that a peanut butter and pickles sandwich?" "Oops, sorry, that was for my little cousin," the guard said as he grabbed the PB&P and swallowed it. It was a chicken pot pie, emphasis on the pot. At the sight of seeing another pie with an oddly funky smell, Bobbert became so enraged that he threw the pie in the guard's face and he exploded. The man ran, and the other guards in prison began to chase after him. "What the Sigma?" Bobbert screamed. "He said it again! That's a death sentence, buckaroo!" They could use Goofy slang because the king said they could. Bobbert, upon hearing his death was imminent if he didn't escape, jumped out the window with all of his might, just to realize that he was on the second story. He then fell, but managed to survive because he remembered to turn off fall damage. Sprinting away from the prison, the other guards screamed after him, but they were all left behind as Bobbert jumped the gates, guarding the prison, and escaped. But suddenly, shocked to find two knights standing in his way, one donned in all white and
Donned,
actually.
doppelganger.
donned in all white, and the other donned in all black. "Halt, criminal," the black knight said. "It's time for your judgment," the white knight said. Bobbert trembled in fear. One of us is the knight of truth and lies, and the other is the knight of lies and truth. How would that even work? Wouldn't they just cancel each other out? Good point. They both exploded, and Bobbert went on ahead. Why did they explode, bro?
I was thinking about making a truth and lie dynamic. I'm so glad we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
The truth behind this encounter was that the knights didn't really have any choice except exploding. You see, Bobbert's trembling in fear was actually him making micro adjustments to his position relative to the knights in order to manipulate RNG. This is what made the knights explode, not their self-reflection. So Bobbert went on and kept manipulating RNG to his advantage, and eventually he reached a big, odd door. Since Bobbert had the littlest baby tiny arms imaginable, he just couldn't open it, so he was captured again and died in prison. The end.
I think all of our stories are gonna end up being tragedies.
Bro, Levi, you referenced the glass prison. That's crazy.
How did I do that?
You know, way off in the distance, I saw a door I tried to open. I tried forcing with all of my will, but still, the door wouldn't open. You know.
I guess I do. Anyway, I'm gonna read mine now. So.
Alright, I am so excited.
Everybody calm down. Alright. This is the guy who needed to find his true self. So, one time, this guy had nothing in his head. Then he went kaboom kabam and thought of something. It looked like this. He thought that was very scary, so he died. And now the police have to investigate this guy's death. Also, forget the entire opening of the story because you weren't supposed to know that yet because it's supposed to be mysterious. Anyway, all the king's horses and all the king's men had put this case back together again. It wasn't very fun. And this would be some big giant novel, but they ran out of film, so they did it off camera while the film crew was buying some more. This leaves us with the solution of the case being that this guy was actually murdered. The guy who murdered him was the police chief himself. So he went to jail. Immediately, though, someone figured out the police chief wasn't the real killer, but it was someone else. There was no effort to let him out of jail, though, because of all the paperwork. The police knew that they had to hire the greatest detective ever to solve this difficult case. The only person they knew who could solve the case was world-renowned Jake from State Farm. What's up, yo, like a good neighbor? State Farm! Yelled everyone in the police station. I'll solve this mystery for y'all. Goodbye. As Jake from State Farm walked out the building, he knew he had that he had to do this for his dignity, his honor, and for the poor egg man they couldn't put back together. Dang. Jake searched far and wide for clues and evidence. "Ah!" he exclaimed. "I found something!" He found an eggshell on a wall. He suspected it might be the victim's. So to check, he went over to the autopsy and the DNA matched. "So he must have been murdered on a wall," said Jake from State Farm. Jake just needed to find out who did it. But that's when things started to go downhill for Jake from State Farm. He couldn't find any clues for who could have murdered him. Oh no. Jake from State Farm began thinking, how could he solve an impossible case? Then he knew exactly what to do. He gathered all the king's horses and all the king's men, told them exactly what happened, at least what he thought happened. "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, equines and knights, nice. I, the great and knowledgeable Jake from State Farm, have figured out the true culprit behind this case." Everyone gasped. How did he do it? It must be magic? Jake from State Farm began to monologue. "If you will recall, the chief police was the original culprit of this case, correct?" Everyone nodded. "Well, I have deduced that he was not, in fact, the killer." There was a pause. "I rest my case." "You knew that, you fraud!" the king shouted. "Me too, you're a sham!" cried the king's men. Cried the horses. We're not sure what they said, but it was probably derogatory. Wait, hold on, I actually know what happened. Let me just think. Jake from State Farm thought, and then he thought, and then he thought some more, but nothing came to him. The peer pressure was getting to him when suddenly from the deepest corners of his mind, a single minuscule word came to his mind. Jake screamed and fell on his bottom. "That's it!" he yelled. "The man died after he got spooked by his own thoughts." Everyone paused as they seemed to consider this conclusion. "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard," they cried, before hanging the fake detective for lying. And in the end, the famed case of Humpty Dumpty was left an unsolved mystery. The end.
Dang.
The end.
That was deep. That was tragic. Low key.
Dude, for the
Wasn't it?
first half of that story, I was literally just typing words. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, that's what I was doing as well. Now we gotta read Spencer McChungus and the War of the Worlds.
Alright. "Look out, Julietta the 7th shouted as Spencer McChungus swerved his limousine-shaped spaceship away from an alien laser blast. Spencer and his wife, Julietta the 8th, I made a typo, were surviving in what many people call the big...
What?
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
I
Aliens
started
were
calling
taking
her
over-
Julietta the 7th. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good. Anyways, I had to look it up. I had to go back to the original doc and look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, aliens were taking over the planet, and humans had to evacuate to space. Now, the aliens were trying to hunt down and kill all of them. Spencer and his wife, Julietta, had fought the aliens in the past, but now they were engaged in a full-on war. Why were they warring with two random civilians, you may be wondering? Well, the answer is simple. Spencer and Julietta had the ultimate barbecue sauce with them. They had stolen it from the alien. Ever since then, the aliens had been on a manhunt in order to find Spencer and steal the ultimate barbecue sauce for themselves. "There's too many aliens, I can't evade them all," Spencer, Levi, yelled so loudly that all the aliens... Oh, wait. Spencer, Levi started typing, yelled so loudly that all the aliens just exploded. "Well, you won't have to then," Julietta said, and she did pronounce... Oh, IG, like... Wait, no. "Well, you won't have to then, Ig," Juliana said. The blast from all the aliens exploding hit their spaceship, and the whole thing blew up. The only surviving thing from the spaceship was the ultimate barbecue sauce. It rocketed down to Earth, and since it's so ultimate, it survived the trip. All this is the prologue to TW. Now that the ultimate barbecue sauce was down on Earth, it was time for someone else to find it. It's a prophecy thing. So some guy just walked up to it and saw it. This guy just so happened to be Spencer McChungus' son, Bancer McChungus. "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I just got back from school. I got into a fight." Bancer had a black eye. "Did you win?" asked Spencer. "Of course I did. That's my boy."
When did Spencer get here? Didn't he die?
What? Spencer didn't die?
He came back to
His whole spaceship blew up, and then the only surviving thing was the ultimate barbecue sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was part of the story.
Oh, crap. I ruined it. Dang it. I'm sorry.
Well, whatever. I mean, like, it's probably some adopted parents with the same names, you know?
adopted parents with the same name.
Anyway, continue.
That's my boy, exclaimed Spencer in a proud way.
Oh, wait, no, wait.
Got a moment-
Actually, idea. Wait. It's actually his grandparents, so it makes sense that it's Julieta the 7th now.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Ah. Yeah.
That's the end of the 6th.
Farthest
Anyways, guys, we haven't got a moment to lose. We need a plan or else these alien bozos will blow up the planet, said Julieta the 7th. We need some sort of super weapon, said Bancer. Suddenly, Julieta the 7th got a great idea. I have the perfect super weapon in mind, said Julieta the 7th. She quickly whipped out her phone and dialed a number. Spencer and Bancer overheard a lady who sounded utterly insane, but really strong and superhuman. A few minutes later, a giant car rolled up to them, and out stepped Julieta. Oh, okay.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Smoking a cigar like an absolute baddie. These weirdos, she exclaimed. And as soon as Spencer and Bancer saw Julieta the 6th, they knew that they would win this fight, no problem. But as soon as Hope giant 50 times the size of the other alien ships dropped down. Boy, we're in for it now, exclaimed Bancer. Will Spencer and his family defeat the aliens? Will the barbecue sauce be alright? Find out next time in the conclusion of Spencer McChungus.
Yo.
Incredible.
Gonna be a long running
Okay,
series.
could we edit that? I need to make it make sense. I have an idea.
No, Judah, it does make sense. Judah, no. Don't do it. Stop.
Your main character unprogrammed fall damage from real life. What do you mean you want it to make sense? You want our stories to make sense.
Also. So, it's Julieta the 8th and Spencer on the spaceship, but then this is Julieta the 7th, so it's actually his grandparents. And I guess, yeah. And then, Julieta the 6th is like his great grandma, and so it's like crazy how she's doing all that.
Okay, then we need to say that Spencer and Julieta are not dead.
What? No. Judah, I think you're missing the point.
Well, okay, but here's the thing.
No,
Levi.
Judah, shut up. Look at the document. Look at it with your eyeballs. See, the ones who died were Spencer and Julieta the 8th. That's, no, the 8th. And then down here, the ones who are alive is
Yes, Levi,
Spencer
I know.
and Julieta the 7th.
Yes.
I'm not
The II, which is Julieta's mom. So if you edit it, you're gonna ruin the whole story.
If I
and
edit
it'll
it,
make
it
more
won't
sense.
make sense,
Shut up.
I didn't realize that there is a problem because Julieta the 7th is the grandparents. And wouldn't that make Julieta the 8th and Spencer brother and sister?
That's what I was thinking.
Because Spencer's unrelated.
No, that's not true.
Why do you think his name's not Spencer the 2nd and just Spencer? Because he's unrelated.
Okay, this is bad. Okay, this is seriously bad.
No, it's not. Oh wait, I accidentally reformatted it. My bad.
This is bad. Okay, I actually.
No,
shut
shut up.
Why can't you let me speak?
No, because you're gonna say something dumb and bad and
I
mean.
want to change it so it can make sense.
No.
This isn't even funny. It doesn't make sense.
Even if it doesn't make sense, don't change it. You can't do that. No.
It won't make
No.
sense. It won't make sense. Levi, it won't make sense.
If you change it because we already made up a whole thing.
Dude, it's for the content.
Okay, but this thing doesn't make any sense. I actually feel so dumb. This isn't the funny kind of doesn't make sense. This is just it doesn't make sense.
But
It's
Judah,
not good.
just remember, even if you're wrong, you're still right. So shush.
Facts.
Okay, well, I guess we could make Spencer and Julieta the 8th brother and sister. You know, whatever.
Now I have
no.
all the mistakes you made.
Next doc swap, we can add more and we can kind of clear up the.
No.
No.
Oh.
We're not redoing the story, though I do have an idea for next doc swap.
No, I said next doc swap we can add on to the story and we can clear up some of the plot holes. I didn't say we're gonna redo it.
Judah.
Our parents want us to get ready for bed, so yeah. See you guys next video. Levi's currently streaming Banjo and Kazooie.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, Clayton.
Adios, muchacho.
Levi, say bye.
Singular. Bye in Portuguese.